Tundra Esports, turn to
games.
ban.
And to me, Nigma, they're a very strategy-heavy team. Like, they need to, you know, get like their Cordos, get their auras done,
10
go together,
seconds
make it
remaining.
happen. But I'm still
Nigma
waiting for them to like
Galaxy's
win me
turn
over a
to
little bit
ban.
more, because I am a fan of this team. But sometimes the gameplay, it's not fitting as I would like it to.
Ban.
I'm with you.
DreamLeague Season 27 is brought to you by DHL.
Well, we saw our first series be a 3-game decider here, and we are hoping that is going to be the same case for our second series. What a exciting matchup, Gunnar. We got OG and Falcons, two undefeated teams. Falcons, you would probably be expecting to be undefeated heading into this tournament. OG, I don't think there would be a lot of people who were going to be expecting this.
Yeah, I think OG had that nice run at Wallachia. They didn't make it all the way to the finals, but it was still very impressive. I think that OG was really happy as just an org to get like such a good roster. All these players have kind of bounced around on different teams in different regions as well. They've been some in North America, some in Europe, and now coming back together and just being one of the best C teams we've seen in a pretty long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can get the results from this C team in particular, because that has always been one thing where the results have been lacking. Let's also see what the teams had to say about their standings and how they predicted them to perform heading into Dream League.
10 we have OG Esports. They're fairly new team, but I think they're all like good friends. I feel like they're playing in like a good environment and they have like skilled players, and that usually means you can do pretty well.
Our ninth rank is OG because they are the Davai or my offlaner ex-girlfriends.
I've ranked OG Esports on the 9th spot. No need to explain. It's OG.
Top 10 is OG. This roster is best players from C, and they all try hard from what I heard. So the interview where they said that, okay guys, we're gonna make a team, everyone try hard, and if someone not gonna try hard, we're gonna change them. They're really doing well.
And number 10, we have OG Sports. Also, my friend is inside, Adam343, the coach. I respect him a lot, and they are doing quite good recently, so their seat should be high.
Fifth will be OG Esports. And why are they fifth is because they're psychopaths.
So we'll put OG number 7. I think a pretty good roster coming from C. Surprisingly for me, they're playing very good. We just lost to them on PJ Wallachia. Very high potential, I think, for them. So they can even be higher than 7, I think.
Psychopaths is what Amar calls OG, which I feel like is a perfect clip as we enter this series in particular. We're going to see, so far that has actually been the case. I really want to say something about Liquid's seeding OG at 18th. I don't know what's up with that.
Actually, what I noticed first. Maybe they could think it was a fluke at PJ Wallachia. It's like sometimes teams have one good run in a tournament and they haven't had consistent yet, but I think that was one of their first tournaments as a team. So so far to me, I think that they definitely look like they're in this like top 8 at least slot consistently, and maybe even right now top 4, top 3 with how they're doing this group stage.
Yeah, I mean, with the results we're seeing so far, just the question is like how you're going to be able to perform at playoffs, and they've been tested though. The teams that they have been facing have without a doubt been tested. And of course, yesterday in particular with their victory versus Falcons, but a 2-0 versus BetBoom, and not only a 2-0 versus BetBoom, it was also a series victory that looked incredibly dominant and in quick fashion as well. I think it was like 23 minutes, 30 minutes, and we've seen BetBoom be the team to completely dominate and run over. But again, today being a new opponent in Team Falcons, the reigning champions we saw yesterday have a successful series versus Pipsqueak. They are looking good so far in the hunt to the Dream League playoffs. Let's hear from them as well before we get into our series.
Team Falcons spent the end of last year and most of this year trying to return to their previous form. They were still a great team, but even getting 5th place stings when they spent 2024 winning most events they attended.
I mean, honestly, it was pretty rough. I mean, some people were like used to losing more than others, and I feel like, you know, when you get things together and you start winning so fast, so much, like people might build some high expectations, and then like if you start losing, people just might think like, oh, this is, you know, what's wrong, like this is not how we usually play and something. So there was like a lot of stuff we had to change.
And then, just in time for TI, they were suddenly back. Falcons took home the TI trophy and are now undeniably one of the strongest teams in the world once again. Following this, they also achieved 1st place in Fisher Playground 2 and 2nd place at Blast Slam 4. Their roster remained completely unchanged even throughout the rocky year they've been through. And maybe the roster of Skeeter, Malreen, ATF, Crit, and Snake King have come out the other side even stronger than before.
No, to be honest, like we all kind of just put in a lot of effort and it all kind of just clicked. It's not like we did anything too crazy.
Will they achieve the same dominance as we saw from Falcons in 2024, or will they swiftly fall back down to where they spent most of this year? Considering Team Falcons ended at a poor 10th place last season of Dream League, how well Falcons does here at Dream League Season 27 could be telling of their future.
Well, we see they've come into this group stage with a bit of a vengeance. Amar was not too happy with the elimination that he had along with Falcons at Blast Slam 5, where he tweeted pretty early on after those results to you're getting eliminated by the Yandex. He didn't want to get seen in public. So we see he's not been messing around. Falcons haven't been either.
Yeah, I think every time they lose, he like tweets it or something. And he's like, "We're trash. I'm sorry." So I feel like they take it very much to heart, which I think is a good thing when you like care that much about winning or losing. And I don't know. I think yesterday they kind of had a slip up, but I want to say that was more Pipsqueak playing really good. It was like they just got outclassed in that one game, but the other two games they played good. I don't know. It's just Falcons, and to me, Falcons playstyle is a bit worrisome for OG because I feel like OG is the very aggressive run at you, and to some extent, I think that's what Falcons really likes playing versus, because they pick these really tanky heroes because they know to delay the game. That it might just be a wall, but that's always the concern with Falcons. And if they're able to kind of stop that wall, maybe they're too fast for Falcons, then I think OG can take this.
Yeah,
stop that wall. Maybe they're too fast for Falcons. Then I think OG can take this.
Yeah, talk to me about like somehow the hero matchups fair, because we've been seeing, of course, Natsum is Wind Ranger, Yopaj is Nature's Prophet in the mid lane, two heroes just in particular. There's a lot of others, but how do these kind of fare versus Falcons and the wall?
Team Falcons turn to ban.
The Nature's Prophet, I think, is pretty interesting because it can always be a +1 hero to every fight. So I actually think that hero is pretty valuable for OG. It hasn't been picked that much recently. I think a lot of teams have kind of been ignoring it in favor of other heroes because it doesn't really win the 1v1 man fight. I think that's like pretty valuable right now. Like you think of Terrorblade, you think of Dragonite, Ursa even. They're all heroes that to some extent will be able to win a 1v1. They just do thousands of pure physical damage on a single target, and I think Nature's Prophet is kind of bad at that. But the benefit for OG is they actually prefer it mid more than carry. And I think that when you have that, it allows your carry to be that 1v1 guy. OG's pick of choice for that role has been Wind Ranger, but Team Falcons respect banning it. I think it's always really nice to see Falcons that they super respect the enemy teams. They ban their best heroes. Like we were seeing them ban Husker yesterday. They're banning the Wind, and Falcons do get their Dragonite.
They get the DK. There's going to be the response from your OG go with the Jakiro as the first pick overall, but what did they ban to, of course, protect the DK? So the Timber's gone, the Shadow Demon's gone as well at the moment.
I mean, this is a fine trade for both teams. We've seen, I think Jakiro is a pretty nice response to Dragonite. You already have one support that has a lot of damage, has the ability to defend towers from him, and then again on the other side it's just Dragonite. Like there's nothing really to say, and it's a Falcons Dragonite, which kind of had an interview with Skeeter yesterday. He mentioned that they've been playing Dragonite for much longer than it's been popular, so they kind of know the ins and outs of the hero. And you saw how fast they picked it. I think they were kind of expecting to just get the Dragonite no matter what, and it just pairs really nicely, I think, with the supports that Crit likes playing. He likes playing these like ranged damage dealers. I think he's very well known for. I think of him right now. I think of like Hoodwink in particular, Skywrath, Snapfire. In the past, it was Rubik, but that hero's kind of fallen off.
The other ones we saw yesterday, right, was the Ringmaster. He looked really good on the Ringmaster.
His Ringmaster is really good too. He was one of the first players, I think, that just spammed it, which was really nice. It was really, I mean, unreleased, it was a very, very strong hero, but he has been playing it very consistently for a long time now, and I think he's just one of the best spellcasting fours that I watch. Like he's always very consistent hitting his spells. He's also doing it in a way that doesn't put his hero in danger. Like he doesn't really give away free kills, which sometimes there's two very different playstyles. You think of like Schofield pause 4, that guy will die for 2 kills. Whereas I feel like Crit will just always have a really nice KDA, and it's just a different playstyle. But I think for Falcons, removing the amount of deaths is kind of what they want to do. They want to end the game with 0 deaths, ideally. Also, yes, so Skeeter, I was going to say, Skeeter mentioned yesterday that they actually used to scrim OG a lot. Especially, I think it was it around Blast?
Team Falcons turn
so,
to
something like that, right?
I think so.
So it's pretty interesting because that means that these teams actually know each other very well. And he was saying that they did lose to OG in scrims. So this is, I always think it's really fun when teams kind of know each other a bit, because there's that level of understanding with the hero pools, with the bans, like you kind of know what the other guys are doing. And ooh, that was a quick pick by OG.
So we got the Mars Jar heading into the second phase here. Interesting with the Mars is the fact that OG have flex potential with this. They've given over to Yopaj multiple times. So not guaranteed into the offlane for Nico, which is one of his better heroes. And the Gyro is something we've kind of been surprised by that. We just haven't really been seeing this hero over the past 2 days, whereas to start the tournament we were getting a lot more Gyro.
Yeah, I think pretty much OG has some of the best picks for Dragonite. We talk a lot. Mars Arena is very good for Dragonite. Gyrocopter is one of the best carries because you can scale with Rapier, plus you have hybrid damage early game, and you have Jakiro support. So as of right now,
5
The
seconds.
OG lineup looks
remaining.
pretty good at dealing with Dragonite, which is usually a concern. And on the Falcon side, yeah, they have
Radiant
Skywrath,
team
which is a
pick.
nice pairing with Dragonite and the Centaur. But then they're also picking Centaur into Mars, which is kind of an iffy matchup, right? Like, you can't save your team from the arena with Stampede. They're locked in. And they follow up with Snaking Ench. So, like, to be honest, right now,
10 seconds
I think
remaining.
Falcons draft, if you look at it as a whole, it looks really nice as heroes all together,
5
especially if you know that
seconds
it's Falcons playing the heroes. But matchup wise, I kind of really like OG's draft, just playing into the Falcons one.
Is there a pick that you're seeing as well from OG to be able to continue the advantage you feel like they have at the moment in this draft?
I think you want to just pick something for Yopaj that doesn't get yanked easily by Enchantress. Something like Queen of Pain is always the first thought I have. People pick Puck, but I don't think Puck is very good here. Ember can be okay, but it's a bit low. I like really like Queen of Pain. I think that it provides him a lot of damage. It's good blind pick because he's going to get counter picked mid. Sure, he can lane versus Dragonite, but I think that's fine. And then you can end up just getting Ags. You can scale well. They already have kind of stun. They have a lot of stuff. I just think they need a bit of mobility and damage.
So you think you would rather see them guarantee the
Radiant
Yopaj
team
hero
back.
instead of keeping the flex of the Mars?
I think you just put the Mars mid or the Mars offlane, sorry, versus the Dragonite. That lane is probably fine. There's also not really any offlaners that I think. Ooh, actually,
10 seconds remaining.
there's Doom offlane, which could be
5
good.
seconds remaining.
You have the Tusk Gyro lane now, and that probably puts the Jakiro in the position 4, at least going to be laning the offlane. And so now it enables melee offlaners more, which Mars is already, but I think Doom could be pretty cool. You can lane really nice versus the Ench, you can eat her creeps, and then you have Doom, the percentage damage versus Dragonite, preventing his healing, which is really nice versus the Satanic timing in this mid to late game.
Team Falcons turn to ban.
My question with that though, do you want to see them further counter the DK? Because you already mentioned like the 4 heroes on OG do very well versus DK, and now with the Tusk as well, like Snowball Save versus the DK like jump initiation with the Mystic Flare, the Walrus Punch as well, because DK being a little bit reliant on your
10
BKB
seconds
Satanic as the game goes on. Do you want to see another hero? Or do they need to cover something
5
else on
seconds
OG?
remaining.
I think it's fine to pick another anti-DK-esque hero, especially because currently the OG anti-DK heroes are all AoE, right? Arena can hit every target, Gyro can hit every target,
Team
Jakiro can hit every target.
Falcons turn
The only
to
like single
ban.
target is Tusk, but you don't necessarily think of like, oh, Tusk is purely to anti-Dragonite. It's just a good hero. So I think having Doom, it adds like a specific counter to Dragonite. Even he can Doom the Centaur, I think is really valuable in this kind of game. Late game, he's going to have Ags on the
10
Centaur
seconds remaining.
and Stampedes and all these really annoying things to deal with. So just getting a Doom on him
5 seconds remaining.
looks really nice. So yeah, those are kind of my 2 options. I still like the Queen of Pain. And then if you
Radiant
want
team ban.
a bit of a greedier hero than Queen of Pain, it would probably be the Doom.
Is there another hero you think you need to ban to protect the Quap? Let me see, with the Sniper already removed from OG, what else do you want removed?
Maybe the
10
Ember.
seconds remaining.
I think that it's likely going to be a
5
Dragonite
seconds remaining.
mid if you pick Quap here, which I think is fine. But and then you can ban a carry matchup. They could ban Airward Blade, would be interesting. I think Terrorblade lane's really nice for the Mars. It's good for the Gyrocopter. I think Skeeter has a very nice Terrorblade too. Yeah, I think Queen of Pain kind of will lane into anything mid.
Nothing you're too concerned about in regards to your banning out if this is a hero that
Radiant
Yopaj wants.
team pick.
Is it TB? Very good call. Okay. Let's see now OG what we get for them heading into the last phase overall.
For me, I mean, this is still also a Doom ban. It's like both. It's
Team
Doom plus
Falcons
Queen of Pain, but
turn to pick.
I think Queen of Pain's more. Ooh.
Whoa! Holy! What is this hero doing here? What year are we in? OG 4-0? DP as well? What?
10 seconds.
All right.
remaining.
So something you mentioned earlier was the flex of the Mars.
5
In theory,
seconds remaining.
Death Prophet's also a flex, right? Teams play offlane and mid, and then you can follow the DK with the Death Prophet. That could be their logic. So depending on what Falcons picks, that's just what they'll do with their laning setup. I don't think DK mid is terrible or safe lane. I think it'll survive both lanes really well. So you just want to pick something good for the game. Probably, I mean, even Queen of Pain for Falcons now looks good. You just put the Dragon Knight carry. I think he'll survive versus the Death Prophet. It's no longer percentage-based damage, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just like a flat 25, 50, 75, 100. So it's not like an anti-Dragon Knight specific hero. And yeah, I think you just pick like Queen of Pain here. Or like you can pick Ember, it's a bit scary.
You may now select your heroes.
Yep. Another ranged hero. I think they just wanted a range damaged hero that from their mid lane that can lane versus the Mars or the Death Prophet. In the past, this used to be a very nice matchup versus DP because the trees. You'd go trees in the lane and it was impossible for Death Prophet to CS. People don't really go trees at all anymore. They're going stats. I don't think this matchup is particularly good from Maureen. I think it's just he wanted something that stood there in the fight and was able to dish out a lot of damage.
Yeah. Like, does the item build make it a little bit better now? Because we are seeing, I don't know if Melrain goes this, but I know some of the mid laners do, this Blade Mail Spirit Vessel, which I have to imagine is kind of frustrating for the Death Prophet. So how do you feel like if it is that item build for Melrain and your opponent's just going to be able to play into it?
5 seconds remaining.
I think he definitely is going to go Vessel this game. He'll probably go back for like Maelstrom and more greedy items after that, but it's a really nice Vessel game. Specifically the Death Prophet is the biggest one to me, but it's not, I don't think it's the easiest Nature's Prophet game either though, because there's BKB stun from Tim's, there's the arena that he's got to deal with. I even think the Death Prophet sometimes in the mid game can just man up to him with like a BKB timing, something like that. I still really like OG's lineup though. I think that versus the Falcons heroes, OG just has really nice matchups. I think it's a really good Mars game. I think it's a really good Gyro game. Even the top, I think has a really good. Is the question mark for Death Prophet, which I'm not sure of. This is probably like the third time I've seen Death Prophet in this entire year. But I think if Yopash has a good game and they play really quickly around him, they take these towers, they can be the ones to pressure Falcons. We also said that's how OG wants to play. They want to group up. They want to just outpace you, go really fast, take a lot of team fights, take a lot of towers, take a lot of map. And Falcons is on the back foot with their draft. They're the ones kind of playing defensively. They want to hit their time. If they hit them, I think that Falcons will win the game. But getting to that maybe 30, 35 minute mark in an even state could be hard for them.
Man, what a cool position for us to be in. I know at the moment OG are pulling out some pretty crazy strats. Again, overall, this Wind Ranger carry coming a bit out of nowhere, to be honest, from them. The Mars flex to mid. We got Ricky as well that they were playing as a support to success, and maybe 2 in particular. They just have these weird as picks. So now we get a Yopaj Death Prophet, which how do you even itemize on this hero? How are you looking to play with the DP in particular? Because I don't know. Again, when was the last time you saw DP in a pro game?
I mean, I can't even remember. I don't know what so I've seen a few builds the last couple times. I remember there's also people talking about kind of like a right click esque build where you'd go Witchblade, you'd go the Ags. It doesn't slow anymore, right? The Ags. Yeah, it doesn't slow anymore. Which
no, I think that
was the big thing about it, that when people would buy it, that it was this whole like team fight annoying, you're constantly slowing enemies. That's where you'd go the attack speed. But since that no longer exists, I don't even know how value the Ags is anymore. This team is probably just like a BKB Shivas, something like that, mid game. Maybe a Blink. He could still go Witchblade. I mean, honestly, the world's his oyster. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, if you're saying you feel like the Worlds is that also kind of stating that you feel like it's not a super difficult Death Prophet game with some of the matchups that he has?
It's difficult in the sense there's a lot of stuns that they can just try to kill him in, but it's easy in the sense that you have your Tusk as save, and if you ever get, like for me, the two core items he'll end the game with are going to be BKB and Shivas. I think once he gets to the BKB Shivas, it's a really easy game for him to play, but it's just a question to me of what's he going to buy before that? You know, like, is he going to go a Blink? Is he going to go Yules? Is he going to go win a Witchblade? I've even seen like Dragonlance, Pike kind of things, stuff like that. So it's just kind of the build up to that and how soon he gets it. But I definitely think that's kind of should be in his head. Like that's his goal to finish the game with.
Okay. And in regards to the side lane structure at the moment from OG, a little bit interesting with the Jakiro actually laning down bottom and the Tusk being top. We've seen at the moment there's been a lot of the Gyro Tusk lanes together, especially with the drinking buddies. He's actually gone for tag team as well, so not even, maybe I thought still not being in the lane this might be a consideration just because of the gyrocopter. But what do you make of this support setup that OG have?
So one of the concepts we used to have, I think it was on my last team with Fly, was versus Enchantress. One of the best things you can do versus it is to pull creeps, because Enchantress doesn't really deal with pulling creeps that well, and the best heroes to pull creeps with are melee heroes. So just putting the Tusk here lets him, as you can see, he's already pulling the next wave. Pretty much you want a melee body versus Enchantress, so it would be like Tusk, Clockwork, those kind of heroes. I thought there could be an angle where they put the Jakiro here and they just kind of like fight in like a 2v2, but usually you end up losing those with the heal. So I think that's pretty much what they're valuing. It's just like lane pull, and you always want a melee hero to be the one doing that. It is, I feel like it makes their bot lane definitely weaker though. Not having the drinking buddies with the gyrocopter, specifically versus like the Skywrath mage, and because it's such a low armor hero. Centaur is even a low armor hero too, that I think the harassment from the flat cannon would have really done well. But Jakiro is a strong laner and it should still secure the Gyro's lane. I just don't think they'll win as hard. Maybe the Centaur will have a better game than he would have if he laned with the Tusk.
Okay, well, we'll see. That's going to affect the lanes coming up pretty shortly. Well, a bit of a fight here for the Lotus, which Natsumi is winning currently until Mallory enters the fray with a TP down to bottom. A beautiful placement of the Sprout. Skem's now going to try and charge forward to sacrifice his life to get the kill onto Crit, but that's not going to happen. Lotus is eaten by the Sky, and they will run Skem down. A great movement from Mallory in bottom helps secure by the early start for Falcons off lane.
And right before that, I was about to mention how Maureen was kind of having a bit of a struggle in the mid lane. But able to pick up those 2 kills is going to matter a lot for his golden XP. He's going to come back. Unfortunately, he does not have the money bags facet. He went for the healing one. I mean, I love the money bags one. It's really funny and fun to play with. But this one's more just good. Even for the laning stage, just having an extra double tangos on all of your regen. Also, you can't give gold to the enemy team. There's some benefits to it. When Crit's TPing mid. I wonder if they're gonna make a go on Yopaj. No. Just takes the water rune, just being annoying. A lot of the map rotations early game are gonna be around the Nature's Prophet. Both side lanes are nice for him. I think like you have Dragonite stun to set up, you have Enchantress slow top, so like top has double slows, and then a bot you have a slow and a stun. So pretty much both silence have a slow and a stun, and it's going to be pretty easy for Maureen. Sure, he's being pressured, and there is going to be the scary concern with when Yopaj hits his level 6, there's nothing Maureen can do to defend his tower. Like realistically, the mid tower is just going to die, and so his biggest goal is probably just to get as many kills and pressure in the silence as he can before and during that, because I don't even think they win the 3v3 mid. They're playing versus Tusk, Jakiro support duo, which is crazy support duo, and the Death Prophet 6 is one of the strongest 6 timings in the game when you click it. I think you just probably give up the mid tower unless they're willing to bring in like Dragonite or Centaur. It's meh.
How important do you feel like this mid tower is, especially in this game in particular?
It's important in the sense for Falcons that they wanted to be alive, so Malrine has more time to TP around the map. If the tower's dead, his like windows are much smaller to losing gold and XP. And then for OG, if they're going to lose their mid tower, I don't really see them losing their mid tower unless something kind of disastrous goes wrong. Like Enchantress comes with a creep on the siege, somehow the Death Prophet ends up dying to that. But realistically, this is kind of all Yopaj and on him to be the one pressuring.
Are there any considerations about him moving to the side lanes early as well? I mean, you're not really going to be able to mirror Malrine's movements, or it's specifically that you stick mid, use the Exo here, don't even think about the off lane, the safe lane, try and just get this tower early, then you can think about doing something else on the map.
I think you definitely don't move early, but it's probably one of those formulaic things of
bottom lanes again. Not the tipping down from Malrine. Tims will respond. It's just the two heroes currently. I don't even know if they're going to be able to fight back into Falcon. So Malrine's movement once again is going to net themselves a kill.
Radiant are scanning.
He's level 6 on Yopaj, and he just hit 5 on Marine. So you're already seeing a big XP differential between these two mid laners. And Tims,
it's getting run down. That's probably going to be enough here. Killing spree for crit.
that's a bad death purely because of the time we talked about. It's 5 minutes in the game. There's the siege mid, and he would have loved the Tusk to be alive. And I think it's TP's cooldown too, so it's not even going to be here the whole duration of the Death Prophet ult. So it's going to be a 2v3, and hopefully that means that Falcons will be able to defend their tower. They do have the glyph still.
Dire's middle tower is under
It's
attack.
so hard to defend right now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Going to the 2 points liquid fire as well. As the glyph comes out, looks like they have successfully withstood the first Exo push. A lot of damage onto the tower nonetheless. The side lanes, these callers aren't too worried. They're going to be finding their 1v1, so tower's going to be pretty close into deny range. It's a pretty decent result from OG in the end. They get the deny. They do crit fire. Goal for him is off to a good start. 3-0-1 on his Comfort Sky. 2 points up in the Arcane Bolt. That's going to be the build for him this game.
I think that would have been even cleaner if the Tusk was able to be alive for that. They probably kill it with the siege. Maybe they're actually able to pressure a kill or two, but still the exact result OG want. They press 1 Exo, they get 1 tower. Now he's got 70 seconds of just kind of free farming. He's choosing to go the Yules, which I think in this game is, I see the good and the bad. I think versus the Vessel and versus all the Skywrath spells, it's really good. But then there's also the argument of it doesn't give you any HP to survive a Dragonite stun or a Centaur stun. But we have been not like seeing really slow blink daggers for both of those heroes. The Dragonites have been going for Armlet Mask of Madness recently. The Centaurs are going more like Helm Dom Pipe, and spending 4,000, 5,000 gold before they even start building up their blink dagger. So it could be one of those decisions that's pretty much his only worry is the Gyrocopter, is the Nature's Prophet Vessel, is the Skywrath, and the stuns aren't really going to hit him if he's playing properly.
Okay. Well, we do see that first move from Natsumi through the portal's not going to work out. This kid is able to play defensive enough. They did get the scan in the end. We're aware that something was going on. They're even considering mid lane Falcons. They were starting to set up onto Yopaj, but weren't able to find that perfect position for it. So it's going to be a haste onto the DP, which is a devastating power rune for you to have. And you're probably going to look to try and combine it with the level 6, which is shortly online. I mean, nice. In particular, the Mars and the DP inside some of the team fights before these BKBs on Falcons.
Yep, and they're gonna smoke up top. They're already wanting to combine the two heroes. This is the simplest play though. This one should be read by Falcons. They know when that first Exo is popped. They know that the second one's off cooldown now. That this is go time. I think that if Skeeter probably has to give up tower. Yep, he's scanning the gyro, so he's gonna know the gyro just gated. This is, you give this up. Thankfully for them, they
won't
are
run into them though. Are they gonna be able to get a range here for the stun? Into the last second, they got it. Skeeter tries to find a spot in the tree line, but he's not going to be able to. OG find that first kill of the game, a big one at that, slowing down Skeeter's DK, who's been very important to the success of Falcons when he's on this hero.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're trying to pressure bots, but Gyrocopter already knows his work is done.
But what's going on top? But they kind of left Yopaj.
Yes, Vessel.
OG feeling like they can move their resources across the map, and the Vessel, along with the Wrath of Nature nuke, will catch them off guard, not respecting the TP and defense from just 2 heroes.
That was...
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, Natsumi Gates bot, I think it was kind of a cool idea, right? You don't give up anything. But almost always in Dota, it's a push and pull, right? Like, you take something from them, they take a little from you. Sure, you're gonna win, but you can't take everything. I think that the greediness of trying to fully defend your tier 1 bot was, I mean, that's a really big throw. Because now your X is on cooldown, the tower's still alive top, it's probably not going to go down anytime soon, so they've lost so much of their map pressure just to defend a couple hundred HP from the tower. Crit was diving.
Nico coming in with a TP, gets a pretty easy kill, and now they're going to have the arena to counter the Stampede as well. A marble bump his head in the wall, runs back into the ice path range, and they did also not respect the rotations. Nico gets involved for the first time this game, and he's going to be rewarded.
That was so weird. I mean, Crit was just like diving the tower. I didn't even see when it first. He's taking tower shots. I was like, oh, is Gyro really low? Are they trying to chase the kill? Natsumi was like 60% health, 70% health, and Crit's just tanking the tower to do damage on him. Oh no, Yopaj.
Oh, this Melrine. Sprout's gonna hold 2 into place. At least the snowball maybe gives enough time for the Spirit Cipher to start to work out for Yopaj. The damage from afar, but the Arcane Bolt they do. Yopaj is gone. Nika will turn up, but there's gonna be nothing the Mars can offer inside the team fight. And now Crit's still running for more. Now, the Sky spellcast early on with the combination of Melrine's Nature's Prophet gives them 3 kills for a 0 trade.
OG is just like, yeah, I think there's one of their strengths is the team is this aggression, is this go, but you can't make these mistakes versus Falcons. They're gonna read it, they're gonna know their damage limits, and Maureen is just getting way too much done with his hero right now. There was an ancient stack. I think they were trying to contest it, but they're contesting it as 2. Like, you can't contest ancient stacks as 2. It's pretty much the worth of a objective. I think usually around 3 to 4 ancient stacks, people kind of consider it the same value as a tier 1 tower. And imagine pushing a tier 1 tower 12 minutes of the game as 2 heroes. You don't have your carry there, you don't have your Mars. The enemy team has such easy time responding, especially like there's a Nature's Prophet able to just TP globally. These are some big blunders with a draft that I think had to be ahead in the early game.
And it feels like the pace can very much continue for Falcons if they want it to. Like, she's going to start now, right?
Yeah, I mean, Falcons has everything that they want item-wise. Like, the Vessel has been massive, right, for Maureen. He's going to go for the Blade Mill, which I've seen before. It's kind of interesting. I would have thought that he would go back for, like, greediness, but now he's going on Natsumi.
I mean, they're going to get some TPs down ASAP here to protect the Gyrocopter, but the nuke just should be too quickly. They will have all their teams down. So Melrine further down to the south is going to be in some trouble. He's not dying just yet until they commit so along with the arena to make sure no one else can step in. Again, we'll run into Crit over the right side. So a high-level Sky will feed over some golden experience as well, but the tower does go down nonetheless.
Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, they needed that. Proju super bad. Sure, Falcons does get the tower. They do get the kill, but getting that mega kill shutdown on the Nature's Prophet, that's a lot of bonus gold XP. They're also able to take the tier 1 top now because they all were grouped. there's some signs of life for OG, and again, the game's not looking terrible. Like, it's only a 2K gold lead. I don't want to just overanalyze how bad the early game is. It's just that I think with OG's draft, their picks, they want to be in the driver's seat for pretty much the whole game. Like, you want the gyro to be ahead, you want the Death Prophet to be ahead, and the fact that they're behind is worrying me for this mid-game timing. That I think if Dragon Knight gets good items and is able to just press blink stun on the Death Prophet on the gyro, they'll just die, and I don't know what OG can really do about it.
How important is it to give Tims a lane for him to be able to farm this blink to maybe counter that blink stun from the DK?
I think it's pretty hard to give Husk a lane. I think the only support that people even really consider giving blink dagger lanes anymore is Earthshaker. It's just that the cores need too much gold, they farm too fast, that making them give that up for support usually just ends up feeling too bad.
Usually it's the OG speed that's taking people by surprise in the group stages so far. Yopaj mid is going to be pretty careful as well. He's got a T1 tower for people to start to TP2. He's got to get some reinforcements coming out quick though, because if he doesn't, he's going to die in an instant, like we're seeing from him and everyone else on the map. And this Death Prophet playing with a big disadvantage now. 3 deaths so far in our first game. And mid tower is going to be claimed as well. They have accrued a 5,000 net worth lead on Falcons.
This was my concern with the Yules on Death Prophet. He's got 1,300 health. He's way too squishy. And the Vessel just like, yeah, it is counting the Vessel, but I don't know. It's not doing enough. He's just dying over and over. Every time he walks up, he's a little too far forward. He's dying. I think maybe he needs to pair a bit more with the Mars to give him a body, give him a little front line, some team fight. But yeah, right now it feels almost impossible for him to play the game.
Lane, nice speed position. They're going to be able to hold Amar into place. They'd love to be able to get the kill without losing Arena. Looks like that might be the case. Melrin tries to TP, and so Falcon's going to force the issue, but still this is going to be a difficult fight with a snowball over top. They're going to glimpse of Melrin. Tim's shots will hold him down. But do OG feel like they can continue with the team fight? Natsumi's health pool is not the greatest. Nico as well doesn't really have the resources to push on forward, and Falcons even bring everyone else. Melrin once again is going to tip it to the backline, looking for the pickoff onto Natsumi. Natsumi with the TP won't make it out. Now Nico's going to be ran into as well. And the Death Prophet's trying to move forward with a snowball. They're doing their best to catch up the crit. The crit's not even dead just yet. They're not going to get the damage to kill off this guy. Yopaj is doing his best to lock on a Melrin, but it's got so many stats. 2k health pool. They don't have the control now with Yopaj being alone, surrounded inside the river. They are just toying with OG with the 2 supports. Another spam of the Vessel. Yopaj is going to go down. It's going to be a 5-man wipe from OG. As Falcons show that they are indeed the top dogs. You can't get too cocky just yet, even with the flawless performance they've had so far in the group stages.
I think they just chased a bit too far on OG. Then they stuck around, right? They're using the arena, they're using all the gyrocopter spells on the center, and even then they barely kill him. But sticking around trying to take this 4v5, you're so far behind on OG, you can't do this. And Death Prophet getting kited, I mean, this was just, it was just sad for Yopaj. There was nothing he could do. It looks like, oh, maybe he can kill the Nature's Prophet, maybe he can kill the Edge, but nothing he can do matters. He needs this BKB more than anything, but right now he has the Kaya Sanj queued up, which I don't think is really going to fix any of his problems. He needs a BKB as soon as possible.
I've killed dragons less deserving of death.
And another free kill. Scam is just caught kind of lacking in the river, gets blink stunned by Skeeter, gets a free kill. The bleeding needs to stop sometime soon for OG. I just also am not seeing like a timing for them. It feels like it's constantly going to be more and more in Falcons' favor the longer the game goes on, and they're just going to keep getting picked off if they don't do something.
Oh man. Regardless of the outcome in this M1, already on NP is going to be bumped up even more. I mean, seeing
Falcons do and Melrin do exactly what Yopaj has been doing to everyone else so far through the group stages. It's literally the kind of the style of Dota that they have been winning with.
Yeah, I think they could have taken the Nature Prophet for themselves instead of the Death Prophet. I don't really know what the value of it was for them. Like, I don't really see their reasoning. It's just,
Let me try to call it the crit.
The Stampede.
God, the oh my god, they're not even gonna have the damage. The Barony coming through from the shield aside, and they'll get him towards the end. Nico a little bit too late to jump in and hold Amar down inside the river as well. Falcons are just beating on to the T2 tower in the bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Sumi's gonna be careful how far he pushes out. Radiant's gonna be in with the TP, and Mars gonna start to run them down. Now Radiant are smoking over towards the Giant. Can get the man shot to get rid of the vessel. We'll be able to do so.
Arena.
Nico's in with the arena, and they're gonna have any damage though. Yopaj runs into the middle. They're taking the team on top of the macro fire, and Dire, they're too late to. And Melrin won't have the survivability. He'll go down. They do get the kill onto Natsumi nonetheless, but OG will take this exchange.
He got 2 kills with the Wrath of Nature. Like, the Gyro and the Jakiro both walk up because they want to get that extra spell off near the end of the fight, and they just both die to 500 magic damage. So, all in all, Falcons almost win a 2v5 with their cores. But thankfully for OG, they do get the kills. I think it was a bit of a long chase on Natsumi. It was a bit sketchy of a go. With the Manta style, he's a way to remove the vessel, remove the slow from the Nature Prophet Shard. But I don't know. It's like a damage issue, right? You'd expect a 5v2 with an arena, with an exorcism, with gyro, everything hitting, that the heroes just die. But
Nico.
Falcons are the one that get to do it. I feel like there's just so much damage and HP for that's like the story of every Falcons game. It's just too much HP for you to kill and too much damage for you to ignore.
Yeah, and this insane NP build gives you 2400 health apparently. It's so much survivability. He's got Essence Ring too, so yeah, you join the likes of a DK and a Centaur in regards to your tankiness.
And he's got the BKB too. So
are they going double pipe?
They actually? They are.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I'd be surprised if snaking doesn't just change to a glimmer. I don't know if double pipe is actually a thing. It has no cooldown, right? Like a mech though. Like theoretically, one person can pop pipe and then another can. I believe. So like one guy presses it and the second guy presses it.
Radiant are scanning.
Mar has no cares.
No.
He can probably just tank this tier 2 tower by himself and just scare off OG. He might die, but he could do it, and OG potentially would just not jump him in fear of response.
I mean, we saw what happened yesterday. Amar just baiting his life. Snaking's gonna move on forward, and Nico gets a good spear right in the head of Natsumi. He's not even dead just yet. No way. No way, dude. I mean, Arena's gonna hold 3 into place. Yopaj is getting a little bit of help back with the Spirit Siphon, but they push Natsumi all the way over to the left, and the Gyrocopter's not in a position where he can get any damage out. You've got some massive problems.
I mean, I think there's more than massive problems already. I feel like there's a throne about to be hit. Natsumi, no TP 15 seconds, but they're gonna oh,
they're gonna get him.
Oh no.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's dead, right? There's nothing. Maybe he juked?
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, good luck. Where are you juking?
Yeah,
he's gonna jump. Oh man.
Radiant's middle tower.
So all of this is happening before Falcons take Roche. So there's still like an Aegis that they can get to get stronger. There's still, I mean, every item timing feels like it's getting worse and worse for OG. Chrysalis coming out. There's an AC. Probably it's about like 3-4 minutes away for the Nature's Prophet. Shiva's is the next item for Centaur. Like, all these next set of items is too much. It's tankiness, right? Is particularly what's going to happen for Falcons. It's armor. Armor works well versus Death Prophet, works well versus Gyrocopter. Basically, all of OG's damage is nullified, and they don't have comeback damage. It's a rapier for Natsumi. I think that's like their next big bet, but it's such a large amount of gold to buy because he went for not the rapier though items. He went Ike and Manta, which the Manta is very good versus all the random dispel things. That there's the vessel, there's the slow, there's the silence. Pike is also really nice for both the centaur and the DK, and also it's just nice for the sprout, like having to be able to like remove your climb bait from your inventory. But it means that if you're behind, you don't have this like Ags Chrysalis Rapier third item timing. You need to buy a BKB and you need to buy your Chrysalis. He's like 10,000 plus gold away. Basically his entire net worth right now, he needs to double in order to buy a Rapier.
And unfortunately, you're not gonna have enough time. They're knocking on high ground.
Is under attack.
So it will have to be some OG magic for this defense, but you've already had some damage issues. And now that's going to further be the case for the Ages. They're going to get rid of Skeeter, speed back into the tag team, on top of the Macropyre as well. They've killed off the Ages, and he doesn't have the Elder Dragon form when he respawns. They're going to have to try into the base, get the health back in a position where they defend, and Falcons will respect them. Tier 3 tower, disengage, not even giving hope here for OG to take another fight like that.
Also that, thankfully for them, they killed the Dragon Knight in his ult. So now he just wants to wait a minute, get his dragon form back. But I mean, again, I'm concerned like what the delay is for. It's for the BKB on Yopaj. That's what I see. I said it the whole game. He really needs this BKB. Still, he's gonna only have 8 or 9 armor, which is not enough. Do they even have a solar crest for him? They don't. So Purely has 1800 health, 8 armor, doesn't really have a way to stop himself from getting killed, just right-clicked by both the Nature's Prophet and the Dragon Knight. There's an AC gonna come out soon from Malrine too. There's just so much physical damage from Falcons that at this point I think the BKB is a bit too late in this item build.
Just what I've been waiting for.
That's problematic to hear then, because you're hoping that for OG there's going to be something that's good enough, but is going to be run into as well, snaking with the invis. It's Malrine's TP out. They'll clear the wave, but Tim's was giving another kill. Now mid lane Amar. Once again, Nico's going to get a push back inside the base. Got the arena to hold him down as well, but Amar is so survivable. He lives through the entire arena duration. It's another spear against the wall. Malrine's going to try and TP into the face, presenting a different problem for OG to deal with. Amar doesn't, he jumps in. Oh my god.
He stood in the Macropyre the full duration. He survived just every hero beating on him. I think that was what, Arena, Macropyre, Gyrocopter ult. He doesn't even have a BKB or anything. He's a pipe. And they survived long enough. Maureen's able to show up to the... Oh, I thought Tim was dead there.
Once again, Maureen, deep. Super deep. Deep into the back line with the BKB. Oh no, Yoruba's gonna stuck with the treants. Unable to find a way to slip on through. So Malrine's aggressive TP apparently works out as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
40 seconds, no Death Prophet. And also, he popped his Exorcism on that go on the Nature Prophet. So even if he had 5, you're basically down a mid laner no matter what. So this is probably just Mega Creeps for Falcons. I think that if they're Mega Creeps
steps up a little far forward, then we'll be able to find the speed, pinning the DK over towards the back effigy, but it's not going to matter. He's tanky, they're all tanky. It's too high of a net worth lead Falcons, time to dive. OG, what about before they give an opportunity to Falcon dive? They do not want to be disrespected like that, but unfortunately the dit's been dealt. It's going to be a 28-minute from Falcons doing exactly what OG had done to other teams so far in the group stages.
He's like 10,000 plus gold away. Basically his entire net worth right now. He needs. And I can see they want their aggression, but I think they were not really on the same page this game. And you can't do that versus Team Falcons.
No, absolutely not. This is a team that will punish you with any single mistake that is made. Also, what a KDA from Crit. I mean, that's insane. 13, 3, and 12 on the Sky. 25 kill involvement out of the 34. You highlighted Melrim, but yeah, that's insane from Crit. So incredible performance from Falcons. They're going to be able to stem the momentum that OG are continuing to build, and in pretty fine fashion as well. They kind of pull them down a peg and make them remember who they're going up against. But we have seen OG, they can really bring the fight to a lot of these teams. So it's going to be, we're hoping for a bit more of a competitive second game, a bit more of a competitive series. Otherwise, Falcons will move forward and continue their undefeated run so far in the groups. We're going to have to find out first at break. When we come back, we've got more Dream League Season 27 action.